Hi VC, I apologize that it's been so long since my last video. I spent the summer playing in the Miami Summer Music Festival with extraordinary young musicians and really great people. It was a really fantastic experience. I got to perform at the New World Center with really amazing Wagner soprano Christine Goerke as well as Alan Held. It was an experience that I'll never forget, but it didn't give me any time to make any videos for the channel. I did, however, pick up some records in my travel and online, so this is going to be a video breaking down all the classical that I bought this summer. So without further ado, this one I'm really excited about. This is a, I don't know if you've ever seen these are King Super Analog records. This particular one is the Cortez conducting Kodai Dances of Galanta and the Harry Janos Suite. For those that don't know, these King Super Analog presses are reissues of old Decca LPs. Decca recordings that were pressed in Japan. These were cut from the original master tapes that Decca had, and the mix is definitely very different than the original Decca mixes on the Decca LPs. They're an interesting contrast. Both original Decca LPs and these sound incredible. They just sound different, so it's very interesting to get these. They don't sound the same as the records that they're taken from, but they're still very, very, very good. Definitely audiophile recordings, definitely audiophile pressings. I get these whenever I can because they're getting harder and harder to find. This was kind of a steal. Next we have a Decca LP. I spent the summer playing a lot of Wagner. We did an entire Wagner concert with Christine Goerke and Alan Held, as I was talking about. And we played excerpts from The Ring, and that made me want to track down. I have the complete Ring cycle by Schulte on CD. I didn't have really anything on vinyl except for Rheingold. So I wanted to track down really nice Decca copies of some of the Ring excerpts that Schulte conducted. This is Decca LP of excerpts from Gotterdammerung. Of course, the famous Schulte Vienna studio recording. I mean, if you're looking for a recording of the Ring cycle, there isn't one better than the Schulte Vienna cycle. It is incredible, and everything that's great about Wagner are in these recordings, and he's some of the best vocal talents of the day, the best Wagner orchestra of the day. It really is. There is no equal to this set. I got the highlights because as much as I love opera, sitting down and listening to an entire opera without watching it is not really something I would consider fun. It's not, I have some opera recordings, some complete opera recordings in my collection, and I just find that I never listen to them because I don't want to sit down and listen to 3 hours of music without actually watching the story unfold in front of me. So that's why lately I've been trying to really collect opera highlights, because I will sit down and listen to the opera highlights because it's some of the best music of the opera that I can listen to and appreciate without watching it. I mean, all the music in The Ring is great, but if you're not watching action happen on stage, it's kind of hard to sit through 3 hours of it. This is a really fantastic set of highlights. It includes Siegfried's Funeral March. It includes Brunhilde's Immolation, which I got to play this summer. And it's always nice to sit down and listen to music you just played, because it brings back memories and fun times of performing this music with your friends. So find these if you're looking to get into Wagner. These Schulte highlight discs. They're on London too. I just happened to pick up a Decca copy. For those that don't know, or for those that are skeptical, if Decca and London are the same thing, they use different jackets, but they are the exact same recordings if the disc inside says Made in England. If you have a London record that says Made in England, be assured it is the exact same as the Decca version. The only difference is if you get a London LP that's pressed anywhere else, like let's say the United States, Capitol or RCA pressed a couple things for London Decca. In the US, those are crap. Avoid those. But if you got a UK pressed London, it's the exact same as the Decca. I just think sometimes the Decca covers are a little bit nicer than the London covers. Here we have more Wagner highlights from that same cycle. This is Die Valkyrie highlights from Act 1 and Act 3. This includes Ride of the Valkyries. Again, no better recording than this. Great collection of highlights. This I picked up in Sarasota. This is a tulip pressing of Berlin and Karl Bohm conducting Kindertotenlieder and Rückertlieder. These are two Mahler pieces that I don't think I have these on vinyl yet. And this is of course a Deutsche Grammophon tulip pressing, early pressing. It's going to sound really good. Also picked up in Sarasota. This is Karajan conducts Wagner selections. I mean, it's a Wagner summer. Sorry. Selections from Meistersinger, Flying Dutchman, Lohengrin, just, you know, general excerpts. Karajan is a good Wagner conductor. I do like him for Wagner, and it's interesting. It says Odeon. It's actually an EMI. They weren't allowed to sell records under EMI in the United States, so they slapped this little sticker on, but it is a British EMI record. And it's kind of, like I said in one of my last videos, it is rare to get Karajan in Berlin on EMI. You know, normally they're on Deutsche Grammophon. And those recordings are fine, but EMI does have better sound than Deutsche Grammophon, so it's nice to get these on EMI. It's been a very, very long time since I found an original Mercury Living Presence recording, but I did find one. This is, I should give a shout out to this record store in Sarasota. They had a lot of good stuff, and the owner was really nice to me. Vatican City Records in Sarasota. I think it's the only real record store in Sarasota. I was just there for a couple days visiting family, but I hit up this record shop, and the owner was really great, gave me a deal, talked to me about records for a bit, and he's got some really nice rock and classical. They got a good selection of audiophile recordings for being such a small store. Moving on, so this is Parais in Detroit, one of my favorite orchestral combinations, conducting La Mer and Iberia, Debussy. Paul Parais was a great conductor of French music, and you know, these old Mercury recordings, if you can find them clean, it's really difficult. I don't buy these a lot because it's really difficult to find clean copies of these, but this one is pretty clean and sounds very good. Here's music from one of my favorite composers. This is Heitor Villalobos and his second cello concerto, played by also Parasot and the Vienna State Opera Orchestra. Very, very rare to find Villalobos music on a good label like EMI, his master's voice. So I was excited to find this. And the music is incredible. I actually hadn't heard this piece, but Villalobos wrote so much music that I'm still discovering pieces by him, and I had not heard of this cello concerto, but I listened to it, and it's everything I love about the composer rolled into one piece. It really is. It's virtuosic, it's fiery, it's beautiful. Really is a great survey of the kind of composer he is rolled into one piece. So I highly recommend checking this out if you've never listened to any Villalobos. Here's another piece of music that I played this summer in the New World Center. This is Karl Baum and the Berlin Phil playing Strauss's Also Sprach Zarathustra. This is a Tulip label pressing, nice early German pressing. This has been on my wish list for a while, and I happened to find it in that Vatican City Records in Sarasota also. This is Loren Mizell and the Cleveland Orchestra playing Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony on Telarc. Digital record, but Telarc sound very good, so I won't complain about the digital. And any Cleveland Orchestra recording I can find that's on a good label, I buy it, because the Cleveland Orchestra wind section back at this time was absolutely incredible. It's going to be a thrill to listen to John Mack play the oboe solo in the second movement. Just absolutely beautiful. More music that I played this summer. You know, when I play something and I really like it, I have to get a good recording of it. This is highlights from Der Rosenkavalier. Now, we only played the suite of Rosenkavalier. We didn't play actual operatic highlights. But this is probably the best recording of Rosenkavalier that was ever done. This is Karajan conducting, I think it's Philharmonia. Yeah, Philharmonia on the Columbia Sax label. Very hard to get in good condition. I was lucky to stumble across this. And of course, Rosenkavalier is some of the most beautiful, beautiful music you're ever going to listen to in the opera repertoire. The three female voices doing these glorious duets are breathtaking. My only complaint about Rosenkavalier is that it can get a little bit monotonous at times. So that's why I will not buy the full opera. I'll buy the highlights because it has all the great parts in it, especially that presentation of the Rose, and the ending duet is just will take your breath away. So Rosenkavalier. Stumbled across this, I think, in Half Price Books. Half Price Books usually has crap, but I found some good stuff there recently. This is Heinz Holliger playing some Couperin and Marais French oboe music. I like Heinz Holliger for Baroque music and for contemporary music. I just don't like listening to him play romantic music because I don't think his sound fits into the romantic category. But it's not often you get to see good recordings of people playing La Falli's or La Fallia. Great little tune by Marais. I'm very happy to have it. More opera highlights. This is Sutherland and Pavarotti singing highlights from Donizetti's La Fille du Régiment. I actually never heard this opera before, but I saw it sitting in a half-price books, and I'm not really familiar enough with Donizetti, and if I'm going to be playing opera, I'm going to be playing some Donizetti in my life, so good thing to familiarize myself with. One of my favorite conductors. This is Bruno Volta conducting Schubert 8 and Schubert 5, Columbia Symphony. Whenever I see a Bruno Volta recording, I jump on it if it's in good condition. Bruno Volta is one of my favorite conductors. I think he's very unappreciated, especially now. Here's Maria Callas doing highlights from Puccini's Madame Butterfly. This is on a French EMI label, and it's, I know it's Karajan, I forget who the orchestra is. Oh, Orchestra of La Scala. So La Scala in Milan, conducted by Karajan, Maria Callas, one of the greatest singers of the 20th century. Also found this in a thrift store. This is Seiji Ozawa doing a live concert from when the Boston Symphony went to China. I think there's Liszt Piano Concerto on here, as well as this Wu piece that I haven't heard of before. Thought it'd be interesting to check out. It's on the Philips label, so it's going to sound pretty good. More Bruno Volta, this time doing some of the smaller pieces by Brahms, Academic Festival Overture, Haydn Variations, Tragic Overture. The Haydn Variations are a big excerpt for us, so always nice to have a recording of that. This is a recording I'd actually never seen before, never heard of before. This is Cortez conducting the Orchestra Suisse Romand in Shostakovich's Fifth Symphony on the London Decca label. And I didn't know this recording existed. I'd never heard of it before, and I saw it sitting in a thrift store. And it's not the London label that I'm used to. I've never seen this kind of London label on a record before, so it'll be interesting to hear how it sounds. I'm going to kind of speed through the rest of these. This is Bartók Piano Concerto 2 and 3, Gisa Anda, Frederick Frisquet, and Berlin Radio Symphony. Deutsche Grammophon, Shostakovich Piano Trio No. 2, and Ives Trio. This is the Butte Arts Trio on Philips. Rimsky-Korsakov Scheherazade. This is a 2i pressing, Philadelphia Orchestra in Ormandy. Great to hear John Delancey play that beautiful solo. A EMI pressing of, I can never pronounce this guy's name, so excuse me if I'm about to butcher it, Yehudi Menuhin. I think I got that right. Conducting his own festival orchestra, and this is 2 Haydn symphonies, number 85 and 87. Also found this in a thrift store. This is cool. I have the Analog Productions pressing of this, but this was only $3, so I figured I'd pick this up anyway. This is a White Dog pressing of Heifetz doing the Bruck and Vieuxtemps concertos. This is, of course, kind of a rare record, so even though I already have a copy, I picked one up anyway, because $3, why not? Another rare record I found in half-price books, Bernstein conducting Rhapsody in Blue in American in Paris on the original 6i label. I will buy a clean 6i Columbia record any day. They sound really good. Probably the best sound Columbia ever had, and all kind of went downhill from there. Howard Hanson. I don't have enough Howard Hanson, either pieces or recordings, in my collection, and of course this is a Mercury. Here he's conducting a MacDowell Suite No. 1, which is not a piece I'm familiar with, but good label, good conductor, good orchestra. Thought I'd give it a shot. And last one, this one's kind of a rare one to see in the United States, but I found it anyway. It's this is a EMI Melodia pressing of Prokofiev, piece I had never heard of, The Boy Who Remained Unknown, and it's cello concerto. God, I can't pronounce this name. I'm sorry, guys. Rodzdavinsky. Yeah, I can never pronounce this conductor's name. I have a bunch of recordings by him, but if anyone wants to help me out with pronunciation on that, you're more than welcome to. but again, found this for $3. That's all the classical I've been collecting over the past couple months. Thanks for watching VC, and I'll do another video pretty soon with the rock stuff that I picked up. Have a good one.